The collateral damage of the Ukraine war has been huge. With the conflict now crossing the 4-month mark, the ramifications of the war is hard to ignore. It is only just Ukraine. It's not just Ukraine or Russia. The effects of the war have spilled beyond the borders, thus making it now a global crisis. From brewing energy shortage in Europe to rising inflation rate in developing nations, the consequences of the ongoing conflict are loud and clear. If this was not the end, a worsening food crisis has now grabbed the headlines. In the latest, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that Russia is open to talking about options to allow Ukraine to resume grain supplies from seaports. According to media reports, Putin hinted towards this shift of stance during his 80-minute three-way conversation with French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on Saturday. During the lengthy phone call with the European leaders, Putin slammed Western nations, saying that the supply chain disruption is the result of erroneous economic policies of the West. He, however, has hinted towards a possible resumption of trade from the captured Ukrainian ports if the West lifts economic sanctions from Moscow. The Kremlin has stated that Russia, for its part, is prepared to assist in the identification of options for unrestricted grain export from the Black Sea ports. Reports also suggest that Russia is likely to increase its exports of fertilizers and agricultural products to ease the food crisis. The Kremlin's change of approach somewhat indicates a shifting attitude on Russia's part, that Putin might be willing to ease the tensions at a global level. The response from the US shows the layers of complexity regarding the same. Washington has made appeals for reopening of the ports at the Black Sea, but remains skeptical on Moscow's promises. The US has blamed Russia of making false promises of cessations of violence before. Russia has been accused of weaponizing the food crisis that has resulted from its invasion of Ukraine. The worsening food insecurity has driven up the prices of grains, cooking oils, fuel, and fertilizer. Moscow, however, has denied Western claims and has called on West-imposed sanctions as the main reason for the crisis.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.